So stand up and just start to shake the body out. Bounce up and down to the whole boom. Blubber your mouth. Boom. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Let everything shake. Bounce up and down a few times. Boom. Go on, Ruby. Shake the tiredness out of your system. Boom. Oh. Fantastic. Now, if you didn't hear me earlier, you might need, if you have a big thick book or a yoga brick, that would be ace. If you have a belt of some description, that might be helpful too. Okay. Now, once you've done that, find your way to lie down. Okay. If you have bricks, you bring them into T position at the back of the mat, okay, with the vertical one going between your shoulder blades and the horizontal one going under your head. If you haven't got bricks, you can either put a cushion under your upper back, or you can just lie flat and have your arms in cactus arm position. Okay. You can bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to drop out wide, or find a comfortable position for your legs. Okay. If you're lying on bricks, you can either rest your hands alongside you, a little bit away from you, turn the palms up, or you can rest your hands onto your tummy if that's more comfortable. Okay. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, and sigh the breath out through the mouth. And again, deep breath in through the nose, and sigh the breath out. One more time. Nice deep breath in, and sigh it out. And then allow the breath to flow in and out freely and softly. And watch the breath. Watch as it flows in. Watch as it flows out. Notice how you're feeling right now. And then start to encourage the breath to be a little bit deeper, a little bit longer. Breathing into soft, relaxed torso. Breathing out, soften and relax a little more. And when you feel ready, start to connect to your core a little bit by breathing out, hugging the muscles of the pelvic floor, the lower belly and the lower back in, and lift them up towards the heart. Breathing in, send the breath down, softening and relaxing the belly, the lower back and the pelvic floor. Breathing out, hug them in and lift them up. Breathing in, send the breath down and relax them. And keep going with that. Okay? So, I don't know if you remember, but last week Joe mentioned that I don't seem to teach many forward bend classes, tend to be more back bend. So those of you who hate forward bends, you can give Joe a hard time after class, okay? Because this class is all about forward bending, which is great. I actually do like forward bends sometimes, because I find forward bends a little easier. So I like them. The problem with forward bends for me is it's very hard for me to engage properly. Okay? So I don't do them, which is rubbish. I really should practice the stuff that I don't do properly so I can do them properly, rather than just flop into it. Now, you might not like forward bends very much, some of you, especially you runners, because it's a bit of a challenge on your hamstrings and on your lower back. Okay? So watch what comes up when we're practicing forward bend. Is there a need to yank and pull yourself into it? Or are you able to let that go and just work where you are and be happy with that? Okay? Is there a bit of frustration that comes up when you're working in your forward bend? What do you feel? Watch what comes up. Watch your emotions, watch your thoughts. Okay? And watch also whether you tense up more when you go into something you don't enjoy doing. Okay? And then that will start to inform you a little bit more about how you react to situations that you're not comfortable in. Okay? I always say yoga is a great teacher. If we watch, if we practice mindfully, we learn a lot about ourselves, what Patanjali calls svadhyaya, self-study. So that's what we're going to do today, is practice with mindfulness, and, or as we always do, and watching and learning about our own practice and our own self here. Okay? So if you've been lying on bricks, put your feet on the mat, roll over to one side and move the bricks out of the way. And then lie back onto your back and allowing the spine to just settle into the mat. Legs straight out in front of you. And then when you're ready, inhale and reach the arms overhead. Do a big full body stretch, reaching the arms and the legs away from each other. And keep breathing, start to stretch one side and then the other side. And keep that going a few times. And when you've done both sides evenly, use your next out breath to draw the knees up into the chest. Wrap your arms across your legs. Notice how your lower back feels. Rocking it out gently side to side. And just for a moment, use your next out breath. Tuck your chin into your chest and lift your head up off the floor. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. Breathing out, lift the pelvic floor, draw the belly in. And then take another breath in, and as you breathe out, relax your head back down. Okay? We're going to hold on to our right knee, extend the left leg forward, flex that left foot, okay? And hug the right knee in. Believe it or not, it might not feel like much of a forward bending here, but there's a little bit of forward bend. You're doing hip flexion here, all right? So let's start to circle into that right hip joint a few times. And then in the opposite direction a few times. Lovely. And then holding on to the back of the right thigh, keep the right knee pointing up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, extend the right leg up, flex the foot. Inhale and bend that right knee again. Exhale and extend back up. Inhale and bend. And do 4 more. Exhale, pressing the heel up. Inhaling to bend. Exhale, pressing up. Inhale to bend. And 2 more. And on your last one, keep your leg up there. Press the hands and the thigh against each other. Point and flex the foot a few times. And then rotate your ankle a few times in one direction. And a few times in the opposite direction. Fabulous. And then press the heel up. Press the thigh and the hands against each other. Draw your thigh bone down towards the floor a little bit. Okay. Breathe here. Get the muscles active. And then as you breathe out next time, see if you can soften the effort a little bit and start to draw your right leg maybe a little closer to your face. Okay. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Float your left foot above the floor a little bit. Draw the pelvic floor, lower belly in and up, and lift your head and shoulders up off the floor as if you're trying to kiss your right leg. Breathe. And then exhale, release the leg. So you release the hold of your leg. Take your hands under your head. Okay. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Okay. Fabulous. And then hold it a moment. Breathe, smile. And we're going to exhale and twist to the right. Okay. Reach both arms to the outside of the right leg. Hug the thighs in. Pulse up and down a few times. And then exhale back to center, hands under your head again. And we're going to do 3 big circles with our right leg. And once you've done 3 going in one direction, we're going to do 3 going in the opposite direction. And then when you've done that, bend both knees into the chest, relax your head back down. Give yourself a big cuddle. And then you're going to extend that right leg forward now. Hug the left knee in. Okay. Press out through the right heel. Keep the right foot nice and active. Okay. And then do your hip circle into that left hip joint. And when you've gone in one direction a few times, then go in the opposite direction a few times. Lovely. And holding on to the back of your left thigh with the left knee pointing straight up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, extend that left heel upwards towards the ceiling. Inhale and bend. Exhale, press the heel up, leg towards straight. Inhale and bend. 4 more. Exhaling to extend. Inhale to bend. And on your last one, keep your leg straight up there, press the heel up, press the hands and the leg against each other, okay? And then point and flex your foot a few times. And rotate the ankle in one direction a few times. And in the opposite direction a few times. Lovely. And then we're going to keep pressing our hand and our leg, our hands and our leg against each other. Press the heel up. Draw the thigh bone down towards the floor a little bit. Okay. Breathe. I can see Martin now. Yay! And when you're ready to breathe out next time, start to draw your left leg. And you might want to reach up to hold the ankle for those of you who can. And bring your head and shoulders off the floor. Let the right foot hover a little bit above the floor. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other. And then take your left leg up towards the ceiling. Hands underneath your head. Right? Hold it here. Breathe. Think about lifting the pelvic floor. Lower belly in and up. Squeeze your inner thighs together. And then when you're ready to breathe out, twist to the left. You can stay supporting your head, or you can reach your arms out to the outside of your left leg and gently pulse up and down a few times. And then bring your head back to center, hands under your head. Do 3 big circles with that left leg. And then go in the opposite direction 3 times as well. And when you've done that, lie back down, hug the knees into the chest, rocking gently to massage the back. And then do a big full body stretch again, reaching the arms and the legs away from each other. Get nice and long. And then we're going to bend both knees, okay? Have our feet on the floor, and we're going to take the the right outer ankle on top of your left thigh. Okay? Nudge that right knee away from you a little bit, flex the foot, and as you breathe out, bring your left foot off the mat. And you can hold on to the back of the left thigh or the front of the left shin. Okay? Make sure your right foot is active. Okay? And then you're going to gently sway it out as you hug the legs a little closer to you. So bring that left leg, the one that you're holding, draw it in a little closer to your chest as you nudge your right knee away. And then we're going to keep the left foot off the floor. Slide your right thigh all the way across on top of your left one. Okay? So from where you are, just slide your right leg out to the left so that the back of your right thigh is resting on the front of your left thigh. Use your out breath, lift your head and shoulders off the floor. And some of you might want to reach forward to hold the left knee. Okay? Some of you will hold on to the ankles. And as you breathe out, draw the legs a little closer to your chest. Relax your head back down and then gently rock it out side to side. Wonderful. And then we're going to inhale, open the legs out wide away from each other. And just go as far as it's comfortable for you. If you need to bend your knees towards happy baby, bend your knees. Okay? Those of you who can take your legs wide, flex the feet. And then we're going to lower our right foot back on the floor and cross the left outer ankle onto the right thigh. Okay? And think about gently nudging that left knee forward. Flex the left foot and use your out breath to draw the right foot up off the floor. Hold on to the back of the right thigh or the front of the right shin and hug the leg in a little closer as you nudge your left knee away and then gently rock side to side. And then we're going to keep that right foot off the floor. Slide your left leg across so that the back of your left thigh is resting on the front of your right thigh. Use your out breath. Lift your head and shoulders off the floor. And once again, either hold on this time to the right knee or you can reach for the ankles. Okay? And then draw the legs a little closer to your chest and relax your head and shoulders back down to the mat. And rock it out gently. Often we think about forward bends, about our hamstrings being the only bit that stop us from going further into a forward bend. But sometimes it can also be your external rotation, hip rotators. So all the muscles that draw your thighs outwards, that they can be really tight and stopping you from going into a forward bend also. Okay? And then when you're ready, open your legs out wide again one more time. Okay? Breathe. And then we're going to use our out breath, push into our hands, swing our legs over our head and come back down. And then next time, come all the way up, nice wide legs, come all the way up to sit. Yeah, that's it, that's all we're going to do, just come up and sit. And then we're going to do a bit of breath work before we move on. So come on, if you like, if you can kneel. If you need to put, or if you want to put a brick under your sit bones, and go ahead and do that, okay? If it's really uncomfortable to kneel, please just sit, okay? It's okay to just sit, right? So I've been doing this breath with Sharon a few times lately, and I thought you guys might enjoy. It's Kapalabhati, but we're doing one nostril at a time. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to bring your right thumb or right middle finger, whatever, one finger of your right hand, okay, and you're going to place it just below the bridge of the nose on the right side, right? And then you're going to do Kapalabhati, which you've done with me many times, out through the left, okay? So I will count it for you, I'll work it with you. So take a nice deep breath in, relax your hand, take a nice deep breath in and out. And then we're going to bring our thumb to place just below the bridge on the right side of the nostril. Okay. Close it. Take a breath in through the left. Exhale, 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 exhale. And then let that go. Take a deep breath in through both nostrils. Breathe it out through both nostrils. Okay. And we're going to do the other side, okay? So we're going to bring our left thumb to press just below the bridge, okay, on the left side of the nose. So we're just going to do the breath from the right side only, right? So inhale through the right, exhale, 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 exhale. And then relax the hands down, deep breath in through both nostrils, out through both nostrils. Again, big breath in and out. Okay. And another really fun one we did today was to twist side to side as we do it, okay? But this time, obviously, you're breathing through both nostrils, right? So bring your hands behind, sort of just behind your ears, elbows out wide, okay? And you're going to twist first to the left. So remember, the chest is lifted. If you want to watch me a second, watch me. Chest is lifted, and you're going to breathe in, and then you're pumping the breath out as you twist to the left. So it goes, and then you relax the belly, and then you pump again as you go to the right, and then you relax the belly. As you relax, the breath in comes in, yeah? So when you're ready, take a breath in, And then twist left and pump it out. Back to center and then to the right. And keep that going. When you finish on the right side, next time come back to center and let it go, okay? Let it go and breathe in through both nostrils. Breathe out through both nostrils. And then let that go, and let's come onto our hands and knees. Have your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Nice long spine, push your shin bones down. And as you breathe in, slide the heart forward and look up. As you breathe out, push into the earth and round the spine. Inhale, heart forward, look up. Exhale and round the spine. Inhale, heart forward, look up again. Exhale, round the spine, and then stay there in that rounded position. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. Breathing out, slide your chest forward, lift up, look up. And then breathe in, push into the earth, round the spine, send the breath into the space between the shoulder blades. Breathing out, lift the pelvic floor, lower belly, lower back, and lift the chest. One more. Breathing into the space between your shoulder blades as you round the spine. Breathing out as you lift the chest. And then wiggle the spine in all directions a few times. Wonderful. Lovely. And then let's come and stand on our knees for a moment. Okay? Grab your brick or your book or whatever that you have. Okay? And you want to place it so that the widerish, not the widest side, but the second widest side in between your legs. Okay? So if your book, yeah, Charlotte, that will be fine. Okay? I'm going to turn sideways. Okay? So from here, I want you to think about sending the brick forward in front of you, okay? So hug the brick with your legs and send the brick forward. And notice how your buttocks engage when you do that. Yes, we got that? Okay? Now, from there, see if you can fold forward easily without letting go of the buttocks. Okay? So still keeping the brick going forward. Can you fold forward? How hard was it to do that? It's hard, isn't it? You can kind of collapse your chest, but to come all the way forward, you end up letting go of the buttocks. If you're really squeezing, it's very hard to come forward, yeah? Now, relax a moment, and then start to work the brick back behind you, okay? Notice how as you begin to work the brick back, the thigh bones start to turn inwards, and it's much easier, and automatically you just start to come forward from the hip creases, yeah? We're good? We got that? Yeah? Cool. We're going to keep that there for a moment to go into downward dog, okay? So bring your hands down onto the mat. Okay? Walk your hands a tiny bit in front of your shoulders, tuck the toes under. Okay? As you breathe out, push into your hands, into your feet, lift your bum up. Keep the knees bent, okay? And then start to send the brick back behind you. Start to rotate the thigh bones inwards. And then see if from doing that, you can start to extend the legs nice and long and ground the heels a little closer to the earth than you normally would. And breathe. And then exhale, lower the knees back down to the floor. Move the brick out of the way. Okay? And we're going to go back up into downward dog. And just sort of, hopefully you can still feel the imprint of the brick on your inner thighs, right? So as you breathe out, bottom back towards the heels, lift your knees up, okay? Keeping the knees soft, imagine the brick is still there. Start to work the brick back behind you and lengthen your legs out, okay? Grounding the heels down. And then start to bend one knee and then the other a few times. And then bend both knees a little, bend the elbows a little, look forward between your hands as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, step forward to the front of the mat. Okay? Now, once you step forward, okay, walk your hands more forward. So a good, I don't know, foot in front of your feet, and see if you can have your palms flat, okay, with the legs somewhat straight. If you can't have your palms flat, you might need to put your hands onto your bricks, okay. I don't mind if you come onto your finger pads really, but make sure you're pressing out into your hands, okay, and see if you can start to rotate your thigh bones in again, okay. So imagine the brick is there, and rotate your thigh bones in and see if you can extend the legs a little bit more. Okay? And then from there, walk your hands back and soften the knees. Okay? And use your next out breath, push into your feet and roll the spine all the way up. Inhaling the arms up, exhaling the hands to the heart. Okay? Are we okay? All good? Yeah? Let's flow. Okay, so bricks at the front of the mat. If you're using them, if you're not using them, don't worry. Okay. Then from here, standing nice and tall, okay. Let's go into chair pose. Okay. Legs together, okay. All in one breath, stick your bottom back, and then as you breathe in, sink your bum down, squeeze your legs together and float the arms up. As you breathe out, fold forward, think about spinning your thigh bones in. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, step or mindfully jump back into downward dog. Okay. Inhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees. Exhale, press the thighs back, wave the spine forward, coming into plank. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, your choice. Okay. Inhaling up into cobra or upward dog. And then exhale back into downward dog. As you breathe in, lift your right leg up, spin both thigh bones in. So don't let them rotate out for now, spin them in, okay? And as you exhale next time, bring your right knee towards your nose, bring your shoulders forward, push the earth away. Inhale and take that right leg back up, spin the thigh bones in. Exhale, knee to nose again, push the earth away. Okay? One more. Inhale, take it back. Spin your thigh bones in. Exhale, knee to nose. Hold it there. Take a nice deep breath in. Push into the earth. And as you breathe out, step your right foot forward. Lower your left knee down to the floor. Okay? Hug your thighs in towards each other. Maybe hands can come onto the bricks. Inhale, hug the feet towards each other. Lift the chest. Exhale, rock back a little. Work your right leg towards straight and fold. Inhale, come forward, hugging the front foot, back knee, lifting the chest. Exhale, rock back, work your front leg towards straight and fold. One more. Inhale, come forward, lift the chest. Exhale, rock back, but don't fold. Okay? So keep your chest up for a moment. Don't fold forward just yet. Okay? Lift your toes up, dig the heel down. Okay? Now, wherever you are, I want you to start to think about turning your right thigh bone in a little bit. You can turn both thigh bones in even. Imagine that there is a brick right there in between your thighs, and you want to send the brick out behind you. Okay? Inhale, lift the chest a little more, lengthen the spine. Now exhale, dig the heel down and fold over your right leg. Relax your head, neck and shoulders. Okay? And then sway the hips a little bit side to side. And then when you're ready, inhale, come back into lunge. Hands back onto the floor. And as you exhale, step mindfully back into downward dog, spinning your thigh bones in. Okay? Inhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees a little. Exhale, press the thighs back, wave forward, coming into plank. Inhaling in your plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, lifting up into cobra or upward dog. Exhaling all the way back into downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up behind you. Remember, spin your thigh bones in a little. Exhale, come forward, draw the left knee towards your nose, push the earth away. Inhale, take your left leg up behind you again. Exhale, draw the knee towards your nose, push the earth away. Okay. One more. Inhale, take your left leg straight up. Exhale, knee to nose and hold it there. Push into your hands, create space between you and the floor. And then on your next out breath, step that left foot all the way forward, lower your right knee to the floor, okay? Bring your hands onto your bricks if you're using them, otherwise it's on the floor, okay? Hug the inner thighs in towards each other and inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, rock back and fold over your front leg. Inhale, come forward, hug the front foot, back knee lifting the chest. Exhale, rocking back and fold over that left leg. One more. Inhale, coming forward, lifting the chest. Now exhale, keep the spine long, begin to rock the hips back. Dig your left heel down with the toes up. Okay? And some of you might need to slide the left foot a little more forward so that you can get a little straighter. Now spin the thigh bones in. Feel your sit bones going wide. And when you breathe out, dig the heel down and fold over that left leg. Relax your head, neck and shoulders, and then sway the hips out. And then inhale, put that left foot back down, coming back into lunge. And as you exhale, step mindfully back into downward dog. Inhale to bend the elbows and the knees a little. Exhale, press the thighs back, way forward, coming into plank. Inhaling in your plank. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhaling, lifting up into cobra or upward dog. And exhaling back into downward dog. As you breathe in, come up high onto the balls of your feet. Okay? And as you breathe out, tiptoe yourself forward. And keep coming forward, okay, until you can't come any more forward. And then start to bend the knees, lower the heels down. And imagine that the brick is still between your inner thighs. So you're sending the brick back behind you. Now see if you can walk your hands a little closer to your legs and extend the legs a little straighter. Relax your head. And then bend the knees a little more. Use your next out breath. Push into your feet and roll the spine all the way up. Inhaling the arms up. And let's just go again. Soften the knees. Exhale and fold forward. Take your arms now to wrap behind your legs. Okay? Grab hold of the opposite elbow. So bend the knees as much as you need to until you can get your belly onto your thighs. And never move your belly off your thighs ever again. Okay? Well, maybe not for now anyway. Okay? Now I want you to imagine that the brick is still there. So you're going to start to work the brick back behind you. Okay? Hug in with the arms and press the legs out into your arms. And then see if you can extend the legs up a little bit more. Think about lifting the outside of your hips up a little higher. Okay? And relax your head, relax your neck. And then exhale, release the hands. Hands come onto the thighs. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, take your hands down, step or jump back into downward dog. Okay? If you don't want to vinyasa, you don't have to. Okay? But if you want to, inhale, bend the elbows a little, bend the knees a little. Exhale, press the thighs back, way forward, coming into plank. Inhaling in plank. As you exhale, shift forward, hug the elbows in, and lower chaturanga. Inhale, coming up into cobra or upward dog. And as you exhale, take yourself all the way back into downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. As you exhale, bring your right foot all the way forward to the inside of your right hand. Okay? And you can have your hands on your bricks if you wish. Okay? Now, keeping that left knee off the floor, and you're on the balls of the left foot, don't let your left leg be floppy. Press out through the heel and think about pressing the front of your left thigh upwards towards the ceiling. Okay? Hug the legs in. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Push out through the back heel. Okay? As you exhale, start to slide your hips back. Work the right leg towards straight. Spin the thigh bones inwards. Okay? And then inhale, bend that right knee again. but still keeping the left leg nice and active. Exhale, slide your bum back, spin your thigh bones in again. Okay. One more. Inhale, bend the right knee, press out through your left leg, lift the chest. Exhale, start to spin your thigh bones in, send your hips back, work the right leg towards straight. Inhale, lengthen the spine there. Exhale, keep turning your thigh bones in and relax your head and shoulders down, folding over your right leg. Breathe, sway the hips out a little. And then what we're going to do is, as we breathe in, we're going to bend the right knee. Okay. As we breathe out, we're going to lower the left knee to the floor. Okay. And we're going to slowly move back so that we sit onto our left heel. Okay. And our right leg is going to be straight out in front of us. Okay. Now, if this is uncomfortable, you can move your left leg out of the way and sit on a brick. Okay. If you're okay here, stay here. Keep your right foot flexed. If your hamstrings are particularly tight, feel free to bend the right knee a little bit. Okay? And then from here, take a nice deep breath in, lift the chest. As you breathe out, start to spin your thigh bones in. Feel your sit bones going wide. And see if you can fold a little bit forward. Okay? And maybe sway the body a little bit side to side. Keep your right leg active. And then inhale, lift the chest up. Start to walk yourself forward, back into lunge. Okay? And on your next out breath, tuck the left toes under and step back into downward dog. Okay? Inhale, by the way, you can stay or inhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees. Exhale, press the thighs back, way forward, coming into plank. Inhaling in plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhaling, lifting up into cobra or upward dog. And exhale back into downward dog. Second side, so inhale, lift your left leg up. As you exhale, step the left foot forward. Okay? And then remember from here, your hands can come onto bricks if you like. Okay? And you're going to really think about hugging the inner thighs towards each other and pressing out through your right heel. Press the front of your right thigh up towards the ceiling. Okay? Inhale, lift the chest. Now keep the chest, keep the spine long, but as you exhale, start to slide the hips back, spin the thigh bones in so sit bone goes wide. Then inhale, bend the left knee, press out through the right heel, lift the chest a little more. And exhale, keep the spine long, begin to slide the hips back again. Spin your thigh bones in. Okay. Inhale, one more time, back into the lunge, bending that left knee. And as you exhale, slide the hips back. Really think about the brick. Imagine if there's a brick there, you're trying to send it back behind you. And you fold over that left leg. Relax your head and shoulders. Okay. And you can sway it out a little bit side to side if you wish. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, bend that left knee again. Exhale, right knee comes down to the floor. Okay? And you're going to untuck the right toes. And we're going to slowly walk ourselves back so that we can either sit down onto our right heel. Okay? You kind of almost take your right heel towards the middle. So your right heel is more at your perineum than under your butt cheek. Right? And if that's horrible, remember you can sit up on a brick instead. Okay? Flex your left foot and now start to feel that spinning of the thigh bones inwards. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to start to fold forward any amount. Okay? You don't have to overdo it. Dig your left heel down and relax your head, shoulders and neck. And keep that left leg active. Gently sway the body side to side. And then inhale, lift the chest back up and start to travel forward, coming back into lunge. Okay? And on your next out breath, step back into downward dog. Okay? And go through your own vinyasa, or you can rest here in dog. If you want to rest in child's pose, you're welcome to as well. Okay? Feel free, take a rest anytime you like. Lovely. And we all meet back up in downward dog. Okay? Bending the knees a little, bending the elbows a little. Take a breath in as you look forward between your hands. And as you breathe out, step or jump to the front of the mat. Okay? Coming into a standing forward bend here. Okay? So, imagine that the brick is still there. Okay? Can you spin the brick out behind you? Okay? And then maybe can you start to extend the legs a little bit more, maybe, maybe not. Okay? Relax your head and shoulders. And then when you're ready to breathe out next time, bend the knees a little, push into your feet and roll the spine all the way up. Inhale the arms up and exhale the hands to your heart. Fabulous. Have a quick drink if you like. And then come and stand tall, okay? Just a few more and then we're going to get into some bigger poses. I keep having to think about what time this class finishes because I've forgotten already. 8:45, okay, we've got a bit of time. Right, so let's stand nice and tall at the front of the mat. Feet can be a comfortable distance apart or they can be together, whatever works for you. Okay? And then soften the knees a little. And as you breathe in, push into your feet, float the arms all the way up. As you breathe out, soften the knees, and already as you fold forward, start to turn your thigh bones in, sending the sit bones wide, and fold over your legs. Inhale, hands onto your thighs, come up halfway. Exhale, take your hands down, step or jump back again into downward dog. Again, you can hold this, or you can inhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees. Exhale, press the thighs back, wave the spine forward, coming into plank. Inhaling in plank, exhale, lower chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, lifting up into cobra or upward dog. And exhaling all the way back into downward dog. As you breathe in, lift your right leg up. As you breathe out, step your right foot forward. Bring your left foot in a little bit, ground the left heel down for warrior one. Hug your inner thighs in towards each other and use your out breath to come all the way up into your warrior one, drawing the tailbone down, chest forward. Okay? And then we're going to take our hands behind our back, interlace the fingers. Okay? And as you breathe in, draw the shoulder blades towards the spine, lift the chest. As you breathe out, ground through the feet and begin to fold forward, lifting the hands up away from your back. Relax your neck down. Okay? Hug the thighs in, so don't let your hips wing out to the right. Relax your head. Breathe. And then from here, okay, we're going to take our hands to hold the opposite elbows behind our back. Okay? And you're going to inhale, come up halfway. And as you exhale, you're going to slide the hips back. Start to spin your right thigh in and work the right leg towards straight. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale with the sit bones going wide, begin to fold over your right leg. Keep the legs hugging into the midline. Breathe. Keep pressing the elbows back behind you. Okay? So think about the elbows pressing up towards the ceiling. See if you can drop your left shoulder down a little bit, some of you, kind of like tilting the left shoulder up. Okay? And then exhale, release the hands down to the mat. And we're going to step back mindfully into downward dog. So bend that right knee a little bit and then step it back. Okay? And then we're just going to go to the other side straight away. So inhale, lift the left leg up. As you exhale, step the left foot forward. Step your right foot in a little, ground the heel down for warrior one. Okay? Squeeze your inner thighs together. Use your out breath to press into the feet and roll the spine up. Draw the tailbone down, arms up, warrior one. Okay? When you're ready to exhale, take your hands behind you, interlace the fingers, and as you breathe in, draw the shoulder blades towards the spine. As you breathe out, ground through the feet and fold forward. Okay. Relax your head down, but lift your hands up towards the ceiling. Okay. Spin your thigh bones in a little bit, but don't let your hips wing out too much. Okay. And then from here, in fact, don't spin your thigh bones in. I'm talking rubbish. We're not straightening the leg straight away. Okay? So just hug that left outer hip into the midline. Relax the head. And then you're going to release the hands so that you can hold the opposite elbows behind your back. Inhale, coming up halfway. Now start to spin your thigh bone in. Work that left leg towards straight. Okay? Send your sit bones wide. And then again, exhale, fold over the left leg. And breathe. Fantastic. Bending that left knee, release your hands down to the floor. And as you exhale, step back into downward dog. And then if you wish, you can go through a vinyasa. Otherwise, you can have a quick rest in child's pose or stay in your down dog. So if you're going through vinyasa, you inhale to bend and exhale, lower. Fabulous. You know what you're doing in your vinyasa. Fantastic. Now everybody, we're going to meet up in our down dog. Okay? And we're going to inhale and reach our right leg back up towards the ceiling. Okay? As you exhale, step the right foot forward. And then from here, we're going to take our weight into our right leg. Bring the left foot in a little bit. Float the left leg up into warrior three legs. Walk the hands a little forward. Lift the chest. Squeeze your inner thighs together. And really think about pushing down into your right leg and out through your left leg. See if you can bring your hands to your heart. Okay. Shoulders onto your back. Nice deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, you're going to push into your right leg. Begin to come up to stand, drawing the left knee up towards your chest. Okay. And bring it in, hug it in nice and tight. Use your hands to hold that left knee, hug it in. Okay. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other. And then let's all do this. Let's hold on to the back of the left thigh. Okay. Squeeze your legs in and extend the left leg out in front of you. Just hip height, doesn't have to be any higher. Flex the foot. Okay. Take a nice deep breath in, squeeze your inner thighs together. And as you breathe out, bend the elbows out to the side. I'm going to hold my calf. And you're going to start to fold towards your left leg. Beautiful. And then inhale, coming back up, drawing the knees into the chest. And as you exhale, bend the right knee, tip back towards warrior three. Okay. Inhale in your warrior three. Exhale, release your hands down to the floor. Lower that left leg back behind you. And then step back, downward dog. Walk your dog out a little bit. And then inhale, lift your left leg up. And as you exhale, step the left foot forward. Okay? And we're going to start to take our weight into our left leg. Bring the right foot in a little bit. Walk our hands a little forward as we float the right leg up. Flex the right foot. Hug the thighs in. Okay? And ground into both feet. So push out through both feet. Bring your hands to your heart. Breathe in your warrior three. Okay? Keep pressing that right leg up. Very hard to do and turn this way to look at you. Okay? And then from here, use your next out breath, pushing into your left foot. Bring your right knee up. I'll turn this way again. Okay? And then hug that right knee in. Okay? Draw the belly in. Use your core to draw that knee up. Okay? See if you can keep the left leg nice and straight. And then you can hold on to the back of the thigh or hold the ankle or whatever works for you. And then push that leg straight out in front of you. Okay, remember, it doesn't have to be high. Right? Flex the foot, hug the thighs in, inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to bend the elbows out to the side and bend forward as if you're trying to kiss that leg. And then inhale, bring that knee back into your chest, stand up. And as you exhale, you're going to tip forward, going back into warrior three. Breathe. And next time you exhale, bend the left knee, take your hands down, step your right leg back into lunge, take a breath, and then exhale back into downward dog. Walk your dog out. And then lower your knees down and go into child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touching. Have a quick rest. And when you're ready, slowly come up to sit. So we haven't done the big pose, we're going to get there in a moment, but I want us to come and sit down and do a little bit on the floor first, okay? So sit with your legs straight out in front of you, okay? And take your sit bones wide already, okay? Now notice, if you're not sitting on the front of your sit bones with the lower back slightly going inwards, okay, then you need to prop yourself up on something. So if you're kind of more towards the back of the bum, so you're almost on your tailbone and you're rounding out the lower back, you need to be propping yourself up on the front edge of your brick, okay, or on the front edge of your cushion, okay. So legs forward, and we're going to bend our right knee in and place our right foot to the inside of our left thigh, okay. Flex that left foot. Remember, you can bend that left knee. So if you're sitting up on something and you're still rounding out, bend the knee a little bit so you can lift the spine up more. Okay? Hands come down on either side of your left leg. As you breathe in, lengthen the spine. And as you breathe out, you're going to slowly come forward with a long spine. So don't just round out. Send your chest forward towards the toes. Okay? Then take your hands down so that the outside, the little finger side is touching the floor, okay? Like a knife kind of thing, knife edge, okay? And then you can slowly slide the hands forward and back, digging that left heel down, okay? And look forward towards your left toes. And when you're ready, see if you can breathe out and go just a little bit closer to your leg. Relax the hands and sway the body a little bit side to side. And then inhale to slowly come up. Okay. What we're going to do now is that left leg, okay, we're going to take it out to the side like that. Okay. If you are sitting, if you haven't got much room, you can take your right leg out behind you if that's easier for you, okay? Basically, you want to come and face in between the two knees, right? Some of you will stay with your legs as they are here. Some of you will lean to the left and flip so that your right foot goes back towards your right buttock, okay? And then move the flesh off your sit bones. Take your sit bones nice and wide, okay? And we're going to go into a side bend here, okay? But some of you will find that with your foot back towards your buttock, you can lean over to the left and take your left arm underneath your right thigh to find your right foot, okay? So if you can do that, your left arm goes underneath your right leg to find your right foot. If that's not available for you, take your left hand onto your left leg, okay? And then wherever you are, you're going to inhale, spin the chest up, take the right arm up, and exhale, either reach it towards the left foot or just reach it overhead. Keep spinning the chest up. Breathe. So rather than dropping the arm down in front of you, the arm is going up behind you. So if it doesn't come that far down, reach it up towards the ceiling so that you can spin your chest up. Okay? And then inhale, lift all the way back up. And then you can lean a little and extend the right leg out in front of you. Okay? Shake both legs a little bit. And then you can bring your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Okay? Again, move the flesh off your sit bones a little bit. Think about, if you pull your sit bones wide, you're effectively just rotating your thighs in already, right? Hands on either side of your right leg. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And keep the chest moving towards the toes as you exhale, okay? So you're not rounding, the chest is reaching towards your right toes, and then bring the outside edges of your hands onto the floor. Okay? Look a little forward and begin to slide the hands forward and back. Keep your right foot active, the heel digging down into the mat. Keep the spine long. So I'm going to turn sideways and you tell me if I'm rounding or not. Okay? So keep the spine long, even if you're up here, but you've got the spine long and you can slide the hand, you can bend the knee and then you can come a little further maybe. Okay? And then exhale next time, let go a little and relax the head, relax the shoulders and sway the body a little side to side. And then slowly breathe in to come up. Okay? So option one, okay, you pull your left foot up towards your left groin so the knee goes out. Okay? I'm going to do it this way. Or you're going to lean to the right and bend your left knee back so that the foot goes back towards your left buttock. And again, lean a little forward, move the flesh off your right sit bone a little bit. Okay? And remember, option one, you're going to keep your right hand onto your right leg. Option two, you're going to come forward and slide your right arm underneath your left leg to find the left ankle, okay? Or the left foot, whatever you can reach. And then from here, draw the belly in, start to spin the chest up and inhale that left arm up. And maybe you can reach it towards the foot. If you're here with your right hand and your leg, it's the same thing. You're still spinning the chest up and lifting that left arm up, and maybe bending the right elbow so you can reach towards your right foot a little bit more. Okay? Think about spinning your chest upwards rather than collapsing forward. So you're better off coming up a little higher, spinning the chest up and being there, than being down here like that. Okay? So breathe. And then inhale and lift back up. Lean, if you've got your foot back towards your bum, lean over to one side, bring it out, shake the legs out. Okay? And then we're going to do one more forward bend here, and then we're going to do our big pose. Right? So have your legs straight out in front of you. I'll turn sideways. Okay? Now, if forward bends are not your thing, first thing I want you to do is bend the knees. Okay? Put your feet down and have your spine nice and long. Okay? Holding on to the back of the legs. Start to take a deep breath and lengthen. As you breathe out, begin to bring your belly and your chest onto your knees, onto your thighs, and then your hands can come down to the floor. From here, you can start to lift the toes up, dig the heel down. Okay? Start to turn your thigh bones in and slide your legs away just to the place where your belly still stays on your thighs. Okay? And then dig the heels down, relax the head and shoulders down, okay? And sway it out side to side. But of course, this is assuming that everything is about working towards lengthening, straightening the legs and not releasing the spine. So, if you want to just work on the muscles of the spine, it is not wrong to round the spine out. So you might want to just allow the legs to go straight, dig the heels down, and now let the spine gently round. Draw the belly in, pelvic floor in, drop your head down towards your chest, and feel how when you're rounding out like that, you can get a nice big stretch along the muscles of the back body. Okay? But make sure that the lower belly is engaged, the pelvic floor is engaged. And then slowly inhale and bring yourself back up. And now we're going to take our legs back behind us and come into downward dog. Okay? So tuck the toes under, exhaling bottom back, lift up downward dog. Bend the knees a little, bend the elbows a little, look forward, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, push into your feet and roll the spine all the way up. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling the hands to the heart. So, I'm hoping that you're going to be able to see what I'm doing. Those of you who like to work with belt, this is a great place to have a belt, and you can make a little loop in your belt, just big enough to go over your foot, okay? so that the belt is nice and tight around your foot. Okay? And then the other end, you just let it loose. Okay? And then watch me a second, right? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into a forward bend. I'll try to show it in different angles, okay? I'm going to take a deep breath in, come down into a forward bend, okay? And then from here, I'm going to start to take my right shoulder to the inside of my right leg. So I can bend my knees as much as I want to, and then get my right hand to hold my right foot, okay? The back of my right foot, and my left hand is going to go out to the side a little bit to help me balance, okay? Hugging my right leg into my right arm. I'm going to lift my left foot off the mat, and the foot is going to come towards my bum. So it's not going up to the ceiling, it's just coming towards my bum. And I'm going to keep hugging the right leg into my right arm. And then when I feel I've got my balance, I might release my right hand to find the belt or to find the right foot, and then start to press the outside, the left foot even. Start to press the left knee up towards the ceiling. And then if I'm confident, I can start to twist a little to look towards my left hand. Is that clear-ish? I will talk you through it, okay? So please know your left from your right. I'm going to try to know mine, because if you don't have that, it's going to get really confusing, right? Okay? So, if you want to wrap the belt around your right foot, okay, if you're using the belt is around your right foot, the feet are going to be wide, okay? And then you're going to take a deep breath in at the center. And as you exhale, bend the knees, stick your bum back and begin to fold forward. Okay? And you're going to take your left arm to the inside of your left leg. So bend the knees as much as you need to so you can get your left shoulder to the inside of your left thigh. And hold on to the back of your left ankle. Okay? And then your right hand is going to go out to the right, a little bit in front of the right foot, but out to the right. Okay? And then hug the left leg into your left arm. Take your right foot off the floor with the foot coming towards your right buttock. So the right foot towards the right buttock, okay? So it doesn't need to reach up high. In fact, tap your bum with your foot so you know it's there, right? And then keep hugging that left leg into your left arm. And see if you can now find some balance. Take that left hand, reach it to find the belt or to find the right foot, okay? And then keep hugging that left leg into the arm. Start to press start to press the right knee up towards the ceiling. I know it's hard. Now start to think about spinning your left thigh bone inwards to allow you to straighten the leg a little bit more. Okay? And then when you've had enough, you just let that go, release it down, and use your out breath to slowly come up and shake everything out. That pose is very much like the one we just did sitting down. For those of you who managed to get your hand under your bent knee to find the foot and the other arm over the top. It's exactly the same pose turned the other way around, right? So shall we try it again on the other side? Okay. So if you're using the belt goes around your left foot this time. Yeah? Okay. And if you're not using the belt and you can reach for your foot, that's fine. Okay? Soften the knees, feet wide. Okay? Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, bend the knees more and fold forward. Okay? And then you're going to take your right shoulder to the inside of your right thigh and your right hand to hold the back of the right ankle. The left hand is going to go out to the left and a little bit forward. And keep hugging your right leg into your right arm. Okay? Take your weight into your right leg. Bring your left foot towards your left buttock. Okay? And then keep hugging the right leg into your right arm. Reach your right hand back to find the belt or to find the left foot. And once you've got that, start to hug that right thigh in and spin the right thigh in and press the left knee up, up, up. And beautiful. And then when you've had enough, let that go mindfully and come up. I didn't ask you to twist because I think just that was fairly plenty for you today. Okay? And then do some hip circles and let that go. I hope that pose is starting to make a little bit more sense than in the past. and then we can keep working towards it maybe. Okay? It's a bit of fun. I think it's called the soldier pose. I don't know why. Go in the opposite direction a few times. And then let's come into chair pose, and just to settle and bring everything back into symmetry. Okay? So having your legs together, squeeze your inner thighs together, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, stick your bottom back, bend the knees, bring your hands to your heart, draw the belly in, inhale, lift the chest a little bit. Then as you exhale, take your left elbow to the outside of the right knee, squeeze your legs together, don't let your bum swing out to the left. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, spin the chest to the right. Roll the right shoulder onto your back. Sink your bum down a bit more if you can. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Get your right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, spin your chest to the left. Roll the left shoulder onto your back. And then exhale, fold forward into a standing forward bend. And start to walk your feet away from each other. Sink your bum down into the yogic squat malasana. Elbows to the inside of your knees. Press into the knees, lift the chest up. Gently tuck the chin down a little bit. And rocking gently side to side. And then take your hands behind you, lower down, and we're going to go into bridge pose. Okay, so find your way to lie down onto your back. So take your feet onto the floor, roll all the way down onto your back. And we're just going to have a quick twist before we go into bridge. So take your arms out to the side at shoulder height. Have your legs, your feet and your knees nice and wide. Okay. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, drop the knees down to the right. Tuck the tailbone under, take a breath in. And exhale, roll the knees over to the left. And tuck the tailbone under, take a breath. And again, exhale over to the right. Tuck the tailbone under, take a breath in. And exhale over to the left. Tuck the tailbone under, take a breath in. And then exhale back to center. Okay. Walk your feet a little closer together, your knees a little closer. So you've got your feet and your knees roughly hip width. Arms alongside your hips. We're just going to move up and down gently a few times first. Okay. So as you breathe in, ground into your feet, peel the spine up off the mat. Lift your arms to the floor overhead. As you breathe out, slowly roll the spine back down to earth again. Okay. Inhale, press into your feet, curl the tailbone, peel the spine up one vertebra at a time, and exhale, slowly come down again, one vertebra at a time. Okay. One more time. Inhale, press into your feet, peel the spine up, arms up. Exhale and slowly roll down the spine again. Wonderful. Now bring your arms into robot arm position. Pressing the upper arms into the earth, get the shoulder blades hugging the spine. And as you breathe out, push down into your feet, curl the tailbone up, lift the spine up off the mat. Okay. And then once you get up there, press into your arms a little bit more, lift the chest up, up, up. Then take the hands underneath you, interlace the fingers, and wriggle the elbows a little closer together underneath you. Okay. Push into your feet. Lift up a little higher, get the buttocks working. Send your tailbone forward between your knees. Send your chest backwards towards your chin. And breathe. And then release the hands. Use your next out breath to slowly roll the spine back down to the mat. And stay there in neutral for a moment. Breathe. And we're going to do it again. Okay? So some of you might want now to go into wheel pose. Some of you might want to stay in bridge. If you're in bridge, you're starting in robot arm position, okay? And then you're going to lift up just like you did last time by pressing into the arms and into the feet and lift up, yeah? If you're in wheel, bring your hands by your ears, okay? And just check that you've got your elbows stacked above your wrists, okay? And hug the elbows and get the shoulder blades hugging the spine. And when you're ready, everyone, take your pick which back bend you're going. But if you're going to go into wheel, okay, use your out breath, push down into your hands, into your feet, and lift all the way up. Push deeply into your hands. Maybe come onto the balls of the feet. Maybe walk your feet a little closer to your hands, and then lower the heels down and keep grounding down. And when you've had enough, tuck the chin in and slowly lower down. And again, just come to neutral for a moment. We're just going to lift up one more time. Okay? Just one more time. So feel free, if you want to stay in the supported bridge, it's fine. Okay? If you want to use the brick to support underneath you, that's perfectly fine. Okay? But those of you who want to lift up into wheel again or into bridge again, then let's set ourselves up, so either arms in robot arm position, or you can bring your hands by your ears, setting up for your wheel, hugging the elbows in, and as you breathe out, push into your hands, into your feet, and lift all the way up. Sending the chest towards the wall that your fingers are pointing towards. Push down into the heels to engage the buttocks. Remember, when you've had enough, you tuck the chin in first and then slowly come down. Everybody, wherever you are, okay, have your feet wide and drop the knees in so they touch. Wrap your arms across your chest and breathe into the upper body a little bit here. And then taking your arms out to the side, wiggle your feet together. Okay? And we're going to push into our feet and move our bum an inch or two to the right. Okay? Take a breath in, and as you exhale, squeeze your inner thighs together, bring your knees up towards your chest, and then drop the knees down towards the left elbow. Keep grounding the right shoulder blade down towards the floor. You might need to adjust the right arm a little bit so you can get the shoulder blade down. And look back towards your right hand if it's comfortable. And breathe. And when you're ready to breathe out next time, hug the thighs in and lift yourself back up. Lower your feet down. Okay. Shift your bum first to center, and then shift your bum an inch or two to the left. Okay. And when you're ready to breathe out again, squeeze your inner thighs together, lift your knees up towards the chest, and then drop the knees down towards your right elbow. And then ground your left shoulder down. Feel free to adjust that left arm until you can get your shoulder more comfortably to the floor, and you can look back towards your left hand if you like, and breathe. And then when you're ready to breathe out again, roll back onto your back, lower both feet to the floor, shift your bum back to center, draw the knees up towards your armpit, okay? And then come into happy baby pose, either holding on to your feet, to your ankles, or to the back of the knees. The knees go wide, okay? And then think about pressing your tailbone down towards the front of the mat, and gently tucking the chin down a little bit towards the chest. Okay? So you're kind of flattening out the spine, and then you can rock it out gently side to side. And the knees into the chest, give yourself a big cuddle. And use your out breath to either roll up or roll to one side and come up. And you might want to get some warm layers on, and that's fine. We're going to sit nice and tall and do a little bit of breath work, so don't lie down just yet, okay? So feel free to kneel or to sit comfortably. You can lean back or you can sit on a chair, whatever works, right? But lengthen the spine and just relax your hands, okay? And we're going to do the breath where we breathe in to the lower belly and we pause, and then we breathe into the ribs and then we pause, and then we breathe into the chest and then we pause, and then we breathe out completely through the mouth, right? I will guide you through it. I want you to think about every time that you breathe out through the mouth, you're really letting go and surrendering. Whatever tension you're holding, let it all go, okay? So sitting nice and tall, shoulders down your back, close your eyes if you can. And just become aware of breathing in and breathing out. And maybe take a moment to reflect on your practice before we get into the breath work. Did you notice tension creeping up on you in any pose? Were there times when you felt frustrated, annoyed with your body, annoyed with me for sticking that pose in? Did you notice your thoughts? And just take a moment to see and acknowledge what you might have learned about your practice or about yourself today. And then when you're ready, breathe out completely. And breathe in a little to the belly. Pause. Breathe in a little bit more into the ribs. Pause. And breathe in completely into the chest and the upper back. Pause. And then let it out through the mouth. Breathe into the belly and the lower back. Pause. Breathe into the ribs. Pause. Breathe into the chest and the upper back. And pause a little and then let it go. 2 more. Breathe into the belly. Pause. Breathe into the ribs. Pause. Breathe into the chest and the upper back. Pause. And then let it go. 1 more time. Okay? Breathe into the lower belly, lower back. Pause. Breathe into the ribs. Pause. Breathe into the chest and the upper back. Fill yourself up. Pause. And then let it all go. And then just let the breath flow in and out freely and softly. And stay in that quiet space for a moment. And just be with the breath. Let everything else go. You've done the work. You can completely let that go now. And on your next out breath, gently lower the chin to the chest. Blink the eyes open and maybe extend the legs out, windshield, wipe the feet a little bit and find your way into Shavasana. So you can lie on your back with the knees bent or the legs straight. If that's not comfortable, you can also lie on your side, okay, but make sure you have a pillow under your head. And the hands can be a little away from you with the palms up, or you can rest your hands onto your tummy. Feet naturally rolling away from each other. And take your time to adjust so that you are really, really comfortable. Put in a bit of effort to find yourself as comfortable as you can. And then once you are comfortable, then we're just going to stay there and take a nice deep breath in through the nose and sigh the breath out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose and sigh the breath out again. One more time, and this time when you let the breath out with a big sigh, send all the tension out of your system. Just let it all go. And now let the breath flow in and out freely and softly again. You might want to stay watching the breath for just a little bit longer so that the mind can become a little quieter. And use your mind's eyes to just gently roam around the body, scanning the body for any remaining tension. And when you notice tension anywhere in your body, mentally say a little thank you to the muscles that are tense. They've been working hard all of your life to protect you. When they're triggered, or when you're triggered, they tense up because they are protecting you. Say a little thank you, and with the out breath, just let them flow out. Invite them to soften, and let the tension flow out. Invite the muscles to soften. Reassure them that you are safe and they can relax. Just go through your body from your head all the way down to your toes, checking for tension. And you might notice that you tend to hold them in one area more than in others. Habit, lifetime habit. So keep gently, invite the muscles to relax. And when you feel you've done that, then let that all go now and give yourself permission to rest. And relax. 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 lying still just for a little while longer. Start to bring your attention back to the breath and the body. And become aware of breathing in and breathing out. Become aware of the movement that the breath creates in your body. And gently invite the in-breath to be a little deeper and the out-breath to be a little longer, breath by breath. No rushing, no straining, just gently invite the breath in to be a little deeper and allow the torso to expand a little more. And the breath out to be a little longer as you soften a little bit more. And again, if you're noticing tension anywhere in the body, you might want to send the breath in into that area, sending love in with that breath in, and as you breathe out, let the tension seep out of your body and into the earth. And take a moment now to check in with yourself, see how you're feeling. And let's take a deep breath of love and gratitude into this amazing body of ours. And exhale with a big sigh. Deep breath of love and gratitude in for our amazing self. Exhale with another big sigh. And one more deep breath of love and gratitude in, and hold the breath for a moment. Allow love and gratitude to flow to every cell of your being. And then sigh love and gratitude out to all beings on earth. And start to make little movements like wriggling the fingers and toes. Maybe start to rotate the wrists and ankles a few times in one direction. And a few times in the opposite direction. Wonderful. And then when you're ready, do a big full body stretch, reaching the arms and the legs away from each other and get nice and long. You can wiggle it out a little bit side to side if you wish. And on your next out breath, draw the knees up into the chest, wrap your arms across your legs, give yourself a big, big cuddle, rocking gently side to side. And then roll over to one side, take a breath. And when you're ready, come on up to sit and we'll do our 3 ohms together. And sit nice and tall, lifting the chest up out of the hips, shoulders down your back, palms together at your heart center. Okay. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Take a deep breath in. Breathe with a little smile on your face. When you're ready to breathe out next time, bow your head down to your heart. Thank yourself for looking after you. Om Shanti. Thank you everyone. Thank you very much.